I guess it must be, it's pretty lit and you must be tired.
Well, even the hot tamale man has deserted the street, huh? And he holds on till the end. How will you get home?
I'll walk over to Bourbon and catch the owl car.
Oh, is that streetcar named Desire still banging along the tracks at this hour?
I'm afraid you haven't gotten much fun out of this evening, Blanche.
Oh no, I spoiled it for you.
No, you didn't. But all the time I felt I wasn't giving you much entertainment.
Oh no, I simply couldn't rise to the occasion, that's all. I can't remember when I tried so hard to be happy and made such a dismal mess of it, huh? Oh, but I get 10 points for trying. I did try.
Why did you try if you didn't feel like it, Blanche?
Well, I was just obeying the laws of nature.
Well, which law is that?
The one that says a lady must entertain a gentleman or no dice. Honey, will you locate my house key for me in this purse? When I'm so tired, my fingers are all thumbs.
Is this it?
No, honey, that's the key to my trunk, which I must soon be packing.
You mean you are leaving here soon?
I've outstayed my welcome.
Is this it?
Eureka, honey. Now just open up the door. Go ahead, will you? I just want to get one last look at the sky. Oh, I'm looking for the Pleiades, huh? The Seven Sisters. These girls don't seem to be out tonight, huh? Oh, yes, they are. Look at that. There they are all in a row on the way home from their little dance party. Did you get the door?
Yeah.
So, guess you want to be going home now.
Can I kiss you goodnight?
Why must you always ask me if you may?
Well, I don't know if you want me to or not.
Well, why should you be so doubtful?
Oh, was that time when we parked by the lake and I tried to kiss you,
Honey, it wasn't the kiss that I was worried about, no. I liked the kiss very much. It was the other little familiarity that I felt obliged to dissuade. Oh, not that I minded it. In fact, I was somewhat flattered that you desired me. But you know as well as I do that a single girl alone in the world has got to keep a firm hold over her emotions or she will be lost, huh?
Lost?
I guess you're used to girls that like to get lost. They get lost right away, right on the first date.
No, I want you to be exactly the way you are because in all my experience, I've never met anyone like you. Are you laughing at me?
No, honey. Look, the Lord and the lady are not yet returned, so why don't we go on inside and have a nightcap? Oh, let's leave the light off, shall we?
Oh, you just do whatever you want to.
This area is much more comfortable. Just make yourself at home. Just banging around in the dark is just my search for some liquor.
Oh, you want a drink?
I want you to have a drink. Well, you have been so solemn all evening. In fact, we've both been so solemn all evening. So now, for our final remaining moments together, I want to create a joie de vivre, huh? I'm lighting a candle.
That's good.
We are going to be very bohemian. I am going to be Madame aux Camélias. A Rosette Armand. Do you understand French?
No, I...
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Tu ne comprends pas, huh? Quel dommage. I mean, it's a damn good thing. Oh, I found some liquor. Just enough for 2 shots, honey, and no dividends.
Well, that's good.
Oh, well, why don't you sit down? Take off your coat. I want you to be comfortable.
I better leave it on.
Well, no, I want you to be comfortable, honey.
I'm ashamed of the way I perspire. My shirt's sticking to me.
Perspiration is healthy. If we did not perspire, we would die in 5 minutes, huh? Oh, this is a nice coat. What are these, I wonder?
Oh, those? Oh, they call those things studs.
Oh, studs.
Oh, they're very lightweight aluminum studs. It's...
Oh, lightweight aluminum studs.
See, I hate to wear a leather coat even in the summer because I sweat in it. It doesn't look cool on me. See, a man with a heavy build like myself, I have to be careful with what I put on so I don't look too clumsy.
Oh, no, honey, you're not too heavy.
What, you don't think I am?
No! Well, you're not the delicate type. You have a massive bone structure and a very imposing physique.
Thank you. You know, last Christmas I was given a membership to the New Orleans Athletic Club.
Oh, good.
See, I work out there with the weights and I swim and I keep myself fit. See, when I first started there, I was getting soft in the belly, but now, oof, my belly is hard. My belly is so hard that a man can punch me in the belly and it don't hurt me. Well, go on. Punch me. I want you to see.
All right.
That's right. Go on. Guess how much I weigh, Blanche?
Oh, I would say somewhere in the vicinity of 160.
I guess again.
Not that much.
No more.
Well, you are a tall man. You can carry a lot of weight without looking clumsy, huh?
I am 185 pounds and I'm 5'10" tall. My bare feet without my shoes on. That's what I weigh stripped.
My goodness, it is awe-inspiring.
Weight is not a very interesting subject to talk about. Well, what's yours?
My weight.
Yes.
Guess.
Oh, let me lift you.
What? Samson?
Huh?
All right, go ahead. Lift me. Oh! Well.
You're light as a feather.
All right, you may release me now. I said unhand me, sir. Mitch, just because the lord and the lady of the house are not home right now is no reason that you shouldn't behave like a gentleman.
Just slap me whenever I step out of bed.
That won't be necessary. You are a natural gentleman, one of the very few left in the world. I don't mean to seem severe or old maid school teacherish. Well, it's just that I have old-fashioned ideals.
Oh, where's Stanley and Stella tonight?
Oh, they went out with Steve and Eunice
Oh,
downstairs.
where'd they go?
I think to a late-night preview at Lowe's Station.
We should all go out together some night.
I do not think that would be a good idea.
Well, why not?
You're an old friend of Stanley's, aren't you?
Oh, we was together in the 241st.
So I imagine he speaks frankly to you.
Sure.
What has he told you about me?
Oh, not very much.
By the way you say that, I suspect that he has.
No, he hasn't said much.
Well, from what he has said, what would you say is his attitude towards me?
Oh, why do you want to ask that question?
Well, I have
Well,
to...
don't you get along with him?
What do you think?
Well, I don't think he understands you.
That is putting it mildly. If it were not for Stella gonna have a baby, I do not think I could endure things here.
Oh, hold on. He isn't nice to you?
Honey, he's insufferably rude. Goes out of his way to insult me.
In what way,
In
Blanche?
every conceivable way.
I found out how to believe.
Do you?
Well, I don't see how anybody could be rude to you.
It's really very frightful. Well, he stalks around here in his underwear at night, and with only these curtains between the rooms, I have to ask him to close the bathroom door. Now, that kind of commonness is not necessary. I suppose you're wondering why I don't just move out. Well, I'll tell you plainly. A teacher's salary is barely enough for their own living expenses, and I did not save a penny last year. That's why I had to come here and put up with my sister's husband, and he has to put up with me. Apparently so much against his wishes. Surely he's told you how much he hates me.
I don't think he hates
He
you.
hates me. Oh, why would he insult me? I swear, when I first laid eyes on that man, I thought to myself, he is my executioner. That man will destroy me.
Blanche,
Yes, honey.
can I ask you a question?
Of course. What is it?
How old are you?
Why do you want to know that?
Well, I told my mother about you, and she said, how old is Blanche? And I didn't know what to tell her.
You told your mother about me?
Yeah.
Why?
I told her how nice you are and that I liked you.
Were you sincere about that?
You know I was.
Why does your mother want to know my age?
Well, Mother's sick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Daddy?
She won't live long, maybe just a few months.
Oh,
She's worried because I'm not settled down, and she wants me to be settled down before she,
honey, you love your mother very much, don't you?
yes.
I think you have a great capacity for devotion. You'll be lonely when she passes on. I know what that is.
To be lonely?
I loved somebody once too, and the person I loved I lost.
Dead. A man?
A boy. Just a boy. I was a very young girl when I made the discovery, 16 years old, and I made the discovery, love, all at once and much too completely. It was like someone had suddenly turned a blinding light on something that had always been half in shadow. At least that's how it struck the world for me. But I was unlucky, deluded. There was something different about this boy. Well, tenderness, softness that was not like a man's. There wasn't anything effeminate looking about him, but still that thing was there. He came for me. Well, he came to me for help, but I didn't know that. I didn't know anything until we had run away and got married, and then we came back, and all I knew was that I'd failed him in some mysterious way and wasn't able to give him the help that he wanted, but couldn't ask for. Well, he was sinking in the quicksand and clutching at me, but I wasn't holding him out. I was sinking in with him. I didn't know that either. All I knew was that I loved him unendurably, but couldn't help him or myself. And then I found out, in the worst of all possible ways, by suddenly coming into a room that I thought was empty, but it was not empty. It had two people in it. The boy that I had married and an older man that had been his friend for years. Well, afterwards we acted as if nothing had been discovered, and we taxied out to a concert, very drunk and laughing all the way there. We danced to a Hemlock Soup song, and in the middle of the dance, the boy I married broke away from me and ran out of the concert. A moment later, a shot.
Well, I ran. Everybody ran. All ran to the side of the lake to see the terrible thing that had happened there, and I couldn't get close because of all the crowding. And then somebody grabbed my arm and said, "Don't go any closer. You don't want to see." See? See what? He had put the revolver in his mouth and fired so that the back of his head had been blown away. And it was because all of a sudden in the middle of the dance I suddenly said, without being able to stop myself, I saw and I know, and you disgust me. All of a sudden the light went out. Never for a moment since has there ever been a light brighter than this kitchen candle.
Blanche, you need somebody, Blanche. Blanche, and I need somebody too. Oh, could it be you and me, Blanche?
Suddenly there's God. Oh, so quickly.
Hey, baby, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
What's all this stuff for, huh?
Well, honey, it's Blanche's birthday.
Where is she?
She's in the bathroom.
Washing out some things.
Yeah, I reckon so.
How long she been in there?
All afternoon.
Soaking in a hot tub.
Yeah.
It's 100 degrees on the nose, and she decides to soak herself in a hot tub.
She says it cools her off for the evening.
And you running out getting her cokes, serving them to Her Majesty. Sit down, Stella.
They got things to do.
Hey, baby, sit down for a minute. I got the dough for you, big sister.
Stop picking on Blanche.
Hey, she calls me common.
Well, because lately you've been doing all you can think of to rub her the wrong way. You gotta realize that girl is sensitive.
Yeah?
She and I grew up in very different circumstances than you did.
Yeah, so I've been told and told and told. Can you not see that she's been feeding us a pack of lies here?
No, I can't.
Well, she has. The cat's out of the bag. I found out some things.
What thing?
Things I already suspected. But now I got proof from reliable sources. Things I checked on, baby.
Well, what have you heard and who from?
Sit down. Lie number one. All this squeamishness that she's been putting on. Do you know the line that she's been feeding to Mitch? He's under the impression she's never has been kissed by a fella. But as you know, Sister Blanche, she's no Lily. Some Lily she is.
What have you heard and who from?
What are you talking about? The supply guy down at the plant. He's been going in and out of Laurel for years. He knows all about her. The whole town of Laurel knows about Sister Blanche. She's as famous in Laurel as the President of the United States, except she's not respected by no party. He stops at the hotel called the Flamingo.
What's this about the Flamingo?
She stayed there too.
My sister lived at Belle Reed.
No, this is after the country place slipped through her lily white fingers. She moved to the Flamingo, a second-rate hotel that has the advantages of not interfering with the private social lives of the personalities there. The Flamingo knows its going-ons. And management was so impressed by Dame Blanche that they made her turn in her room key. Permanently. This is just a couple weeks before she showed up here.
Oh, what contemptible lies.
What are you talking? Come on, baby. I can understand that you could be upset.
What? It's pure invention.
Pure invention.
There's not a word of truth in it.
You
Hey,
can't.
and if I were a man and such a creature dared to invent such things in my presence, I would have
Honey,
to,
I
would
told
have the
you,
balls.
I thoroughly checked on these stories myself. Would you please let me finish? Please? The problem with Dame Blanche is she couldn't keep this act up no longer in Laurel. The guys wised up after 2 or 3 dates and they quit. So she had to move on with the same lines, the same stories, the same hooey. And you know Laurel's too small of a place for this to go on forever. She became known as a town character, regarded as not just different but downright loco, nuts. And after about a year or two she washed up like a poison, which is why she's here, visiting royalty, putting on this act. Yeah, the mayor himself practically told her to get out of town. And you know that army base just outside of Laurel? She was known as out of bounds. Some refined personality she is, huh? Which brings me on to lie number 2.
I don't wanna hear
She's
more.
not going back to teach. I'm willing to bet that she had no intention of ever going back to Laurel to teach. She didn't temporarily resign because of her nerves. No, 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 no. She was fired before the spring term even ended. And I hate to tell you why, baby, but she got all mixed up with a 17-year-old boy. Yeah. Did you know about that?
I think I'm going to be sick.
Really? Yeah. And when the boy's father found out, he gave the high school superintendent a call. Boy, oh boy, I would have loved to be in that office when they called Dame Blanche on the carpet. Loved to see her try and squirm her way out of that one. But they had her on the hook good and proper. She knew the jig was up. Yeah, there's practically a town ordinance passed against her.
Stella, honey?
Yeah, Blanche?
Could you bring me just another towel for my hair? I've just washed it.
Yeah, I'm coming. Got one right here. There you are, love.
Oh, thank you. What's the matter, honey?
Matter? Why?
Well, you got such a strange expression on your face.
I'm just tired, I guess.
Oh, well, now you just get on in here and have a bath as soon as I'm through.
Well, how long is that going to be, Blanche?
Not so terribly long, sir. Just possess your soul with patience.
Well, it ain't my soul I'm worried about. It's my bladder. Well, what do you think of it?
Well, I don't believe all those stories your supply man told, and I think it was mean and rotten to say them.
Really?
It's possible that some of the things he said are partly true. There are always things about Blanche that I never approved of. Things that caused sorrow back at home. She was always flighty.
Fighty! Yes! Flighty!
But when she was young, very young, she married a boy who wrote poetry. He was extremely good looking. And I don't think she just loved him, but she just worshipped the ground he walked on, you know, adored him, thought him almost too fine to be human. And then she found out.
What? What'd she find out?
She found out that this beautiful and talented young man was gay. Didn't the supply man give you that information?
No, he didn't. We just covered recent history. This must have been a long time ago, wasn't it, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah?
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Pretty long time ago.
Pretty long time.
Okay.
Hey, how many candles you putting in that cake?
I'll stop at 25.
What, are we expecting company tonight?
Yeah. We're gonna have Mitch over for cake and dinner and ice cream.
Oh, really? Well, I wouldn't be expecting Mitch over tonight, because Mitch is a buddy of mine. We're in the same outfit together, 241st engineers. We're in the same band, work at the same plant. Well, you think I could face him knowing what I do?
Stanley,
What?
did you repeat to him what you just said?
Yeah, you're goddamn right I repeated what I just said. I'd have that on my conscience the rest of my life if I knew what I did and let my best friend get caught.
Is he through with her?
Well, wouldn't you?
Hey, I said, is he through with her?
Well, he's not. He ain't through with her. He's just wised up.
Stanley!
What?
She thought Mitch was gonna marry her. I was hoping so too.
Well, he ain't gonna marry her now. Maybe he was, but he ain't now. He's not gonna jump in a tank with a school of sharks now, is he? Hey, Blanche! Could I please get in my bathroom, please?
Yes, just 1 minute, honey, while I dry. Could you give me just 1 second?
Well, having waited an hour, I'm sure a second ought to pass in a hurry.
And she hasn't got a job? What you gonna do?
What's she gonna do? Well, she ain't staying here. You know that, right? She's not staying here past Tuesday, and just to be sure of it, I bought her a bus ticket. Right back to Laurel.
Well, in the first place, Blanche is not going anywhere on a bus.
Well, she will go on a bus and she'll like it.
No, she won't. No, she won't.
Yes, she will, baby. P.S. She leaves on Tuesday.
What's she gonna do?
Oh, well,
What on earth is she gonna do?
her future's mapped out for her.
What does that mean?
Hey, Blanche! Canary bird! Get out of the bathroom, will ya? Don't you call me honey.
Oh. Ah, feels so good after my long hot bath.
Oh, do ya?
Nothing like a long hot bath and a tall cold drink to make me feel like a brand new human being. What's the matter, honey?
Nothing.
Well, yes, there is. Stella, you're lying. hard to tell as a joke, Stanley, huh? Just something funny to make us all laugh. We're all so solemn this evening. Is it because I've been stood up by my bow? You know, well, in all my experience with men, and I have had all kinds of many sorts, I don't think I've ever been stood up by anybody. I don't really know how to take it. Stella's just a funny story, Stanley. Something to help us out, huh?
I didn't think you liked my stories, Blanche.
Well, I do when they are amusing, just not vulgar.
Well, I don't know any refined enough for your taste.
Let me tell one then.
Yeah, you tell one.
Okay,
You're so
well,
good at telling stories.
let me see. I need to go through my repertoire.
Yeah.
I know one. It's a parrot story. I love parrot stories. Do you all like parrot stories? Well, this one is called The Old Maid and the Parrot. There was this old maid, and she had a parrot. And the parrot would talk a blue streak, knew more vulgar expressions than Mr. Kovalevskyy here. Well, and this parrot would not shush up. And the only way to hush it up was to put the cover back over its cage, and it would think it was nighttime and go back to sleep. So one day the lady had just uncovered the parrot for the day, when who should she see coming up the walk but the preacher? Well, she rushed back to put the cover over the cage and let the preacher in. That parrot was just as quiet as a mouse, just did not make one peep until the lady asked the preacher how much sugar he wanted in his coffee, and then all of a sudden, with a loud squawk, the parrot screeched out and said, "God damn, that was a short day!" Apparently, Mr. Kowalski was not amused.
Mr. Kowalski's too busy making a pig of himself to think of anything else.
That's really...
Your hands and your face and your fingers and everything are disgustingly greasy. Now, come on. Help me clear some of this up.
There! How's that? That's how I'll clear my place. Pig, disgusting, vulgar. Them words have been on your tongue and your sister's way too much around here. What do you two think you are, huh? Pair of queens? You remember what Huey Long said? Huh? Every man is a king, and I'm the king around here. And don't you forget it. My place is cleared. Do you want me to clear your places, huh? Get this thing out of here.
Stella, what happened while I was bathing?
Nothing.
It's about why Mitch isn't here tonight, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm going to call him on the phone.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Yes, I am. I am going to call him on the
Please don't.
phone.
Please don't. I wish you wouldn't.
Stella, I'm going to be given some explanation as to what is going on here.
Please.
Mitch? Mitch, please call me back. It is important.
I hope you're pleased with yourself. I never had so much trouble swallowing my food in all my life. Looking at that girl's poor face in that empty chair.
Baby, just listen to me. Everything's gonna be okay between me and you after you have the baby. And after she goes, everything's gonna be okay. You remember how it was? Them nights we had together?
Yeah.
When we could get them colored lights going? You remember how that was? And not having no one sister behind no curtain to hear us, huh? God.
Oh, Eunice. Oh,
All right, shut up down there.
All right, come on.
I can't take this.
Come on in, all right? Just come on in.
All right.
Blanche!
Honey, what beautiful candles. No, don't light them. No. You ought to save them for baby's birthday. I hope the candles will light up his life. I hope that his eyes will be like two candles lighted in a white cake.
What poetry, Blanche?
I shouldn't have called that.
Oh, it's all right.
No, it is not all right. I do not need to be insulted. I don't need to be
God
taken
damn, it's
away.
hot in here with all the steam from the bathroom.
I have said I was sorry 3 times. I take hot baths for my nerves. Hydrotherapy, they call it.
Oh, really?
Of course, you Polak without a single nerve in your body, you wouldn't understand what anxiety is now, would
Did you
you?
ever call me a Polak? People from Poland are called Poles, not Polaks. What I am is 100% American, born and raised in the greatest country on earth. Don't you ever call me a Polak.
That's Mitch.
Oh yeah? I wouldn't be so sure. Yeah, it's Mac. Hey, Mac, how are
Catch
you?
me, Stella! What is the matter with you?
Why
Why are you looking at me with that pitying look?
God damn it, could you please be quiet over there? I'm on the phone. Yeah, no, Mac, everything's fine. We just got a wild woman on the house. No, we can't play at Riley's. I got in a fight with Riley last week. Well, listen, I'm the band leader, and I say, well, what? We'll play at the west side of the Gallo. You set it up. Okay. All right, see ya. Sister Blanche, I got a birthday remembrance for you.
Have you, Stan?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I sure wasn't expecting anything.
No?
I don't know why Stella wants to acknowledge my birthday. Well, when a girl reaches 27, it's a subject that she would rather just ignore.
27, huh?
For me.
Yeah, for you. I hope you like it, Blanche.
No. It's a...
Yeah.
No!
Bus ticket. Right back to Laurel. You leave on Tuesday on the Greyhound. Well, that went over well.
I wish you wouldn't have done that.
Done what? Don't you forget all I've taken from her, Stella?
I wish you wouldn't have been so cruel to someone as alone as she is.
Oh, delicate piece she is, huh?
Yeah, she is.
Really?
She was.
Mhm.
You didn't know Blanche is a girl. Nobody in this whole wide world was as tender and trusting. Listen to me! Nobody was as tender and trusting as she was, but it is people like you, who abused her and forced her to change. Do you think you are going to a concert now?
You goddamn right.
You are not going to a concert now.
Hey, give me that
I
back.
want to know why. I
Why
want to
what?
know why you did this more. I
To
want to
her?
know why.
I've done nothing
Tell
to
me
nobody.
why.
Stella, I've done nothing to nobody. When you and I met, when me and you first met, you thought I was common. Baby, you're right. I was common like dirt. And when you showed me that snapshot of that place with the columns, and I pulled you down from them columns, how you loved it. And wasn't we okay? Wasn't we happy until she showed up?
Yeah.
Wasn't we okay? Until she showed. That prissy princess describing me like an ape. Some kind of Neanderthal. Second-class citizen. Huh? My God.
Stanley,
Whoa. Stella, you okay?
take me to the hospital.
Holy shit.
Take me to the hospital.
Okay, yeah, don't you worry. We'll get you there safe and sound. Don't you worry. You lean on me. Lean on me. I got you.
Oh, God.
I got you.
It's coming.
I'll get one of those times we always want. Hey, give me your phone. I'll call. Hey, can we get a taxi to 1120 Dragon Alley? Now!
I shouldn't even be letting you in tonight after your treatment of me this evening, huh? Oh, but I love beautiful. My. What a cold shoulder, huh? Such uncouth apparel. Well, the unforgivable insult to a lady, huh? But I will forgive you because it is such a relief to see you. You stop that music from playing in my head. You ever get anything caught in your head? Of course you don't, you big angel puss. You'd never get any awful thing caught in your head.
Do we have to have that fan on?
Of course not.
I don't like fans.
Well, let's turn it off then. I am not partial to them myself. I don't know what we have in the way of liquor. I have not investigated.
I don't want any of Stan's liquor.
It isn't Stan. Everything on the premises is on stands, you know. Some things here are actually mine. What's the matter, honey? Isn't your mother well?
Why?
Something is the matter this evening. But that's all right. I will not cross-examine the witness. I will just act as if I don't notice anything different about you. That music again. The song that was playing when Alan shot. It always stops after the shot. There. Stop.
Are you boxed out of your mind?
We'll see what we have in the way of liquor. Excuse how I am dressed. But I had practically given you up. Had you forgotten your invitation to supper?
I wasn't gonna see you anymore.
What? Oh, I'm sorry I can't hear you. And you talk so little that I want to hear every syllable when you do say something. What was I looking around here for again? Oh, yes. Liquor. I practically am boxed out of my mind. We have had so much entertainment here this evening. I found something. Southern Comfort. What is that, I wonder?
Well, if you don't know, then it must belong to Stan.
Get your foot off the bed. I have put a nice cover on this bed, honey. Of course, you boys wouldn't notice a thing like that, huh? Well, I have done so much with this place since I came.
I bet you have.
Well, you were here before, but now it's almost dainty. I would like to keep it that way. Sweet. So sweet. Why, I believe it is a liqueur. Yes, that's what it is. It's a liqueur. I don't think you'll like it, but try it.
Look, I told you already I don't want any of Stan's liquor, and I mean it. I'm gonna lay off his liquor. He says you've been lapping it up all summer like a... Give me that. All summer, like a wildcat.
What a fantastic statement. Fantastic of him to say it, but fantastic of you to repeat it. I am not even going to stoop so low as to answer such cheap accusations. What is in your mind, Mitch? Mitch, I can see something in your eyes. Huh?
So dark in here, Blanche.
I like the dark. The dark is comforting to me.
Wow, well, I've never seen you in the light. Now, that's a fact.
Is it?
Blanche, I've never seen you in the afternoon either.
Whose fault is that?
Well, you never want to go out in the afternoon.
Mitch, you are at the plant in the afternoon.
Not Sunday afternoon. Look, I've asked you to go out with me sometimes on Sundays, but you always have an excuse. You never want to go out with me till after 6, and it's always to some place that's not lighted much.
There is some obscure meaning to all this, but I fail to catch it.
What it means is I've never had a real good look at you, Blanche. Let's turn on the light, shall we?
What light? Why?
This one. Huh? With this paper thing on it.
What would you do that for?
So I can take a look at you, good and plain.
I am sure you're not meaning to be insulting.
No, just realistic.
I don't want realism. I want magic. That is what I try to give people. Magic. I don't tell the truth. I tell what ought to be the truth. And if that is a sin, then let me be damned for it. Don't turn the light up!
I don't mind you being older than what you said, but all the rest of it, Christ. That pitch about your ideals being so old-fashioned and all the rest of the bullshit that you dished out all summer. You know, I knew you weren't 16 anymore, but I was a fool. I was an idiot to believe that you were decent.
Oh, and who said I'm not decent, my loving brother-in-law? And you believed him!
I called him a liar at first. And then I checked up on the stories. First, I talked to our supply man. He travels in and out of Laurel all the time. And then I spoke directly over long distances, merchant.
Who's this merchant?
Keyfaber.
The merchant, Keyfaber. I know the man. He whistled at me and I put him in his place. Now for revenge, he makes up stories about me.
3 people, Blanche. 3. 1, 2, 3. Stanley, Keyfaber, and Shaw swore to them.
Well, rub-a-dub-dub. 3 men in a tub. Such a filthy tub.
Didn't you stay at a hotel called the Flamingo?
No. No. A tarantula. I stayed at a hotel called the Tarantula's Arms.
The tarantula?
Yes! Tarantula! A big spider! That's where I brought my victims, huh? And yes, I had many intimacies with strangers. After the death of Alan, intimacies with strangers were all it seemed that I could fill my empty heart with. Panic, I think. Just panic. It drove me from one to the other. In the most unlikely places. And then finally in a 17-year-old boy. But somebody wrote the superintendent on me. That woman is morally unfit for her position. True. I suppose unfit somehow. Anyway. So I came here. I had nowhere else to go. I was played out. Do you know what played out is? My youth had suddenly gone up the water spout, and then I met you. And I thank God for you because you seem to be gentle. A cleft in the rock of the world that I could hide in. Stanley, Keyfaber, and Shaw tied an old tin can to the tail of the cup.
You lied to me, Blanche.
No, I never lied.
Lies.
I never lied.
Lies.
I never lied inside
and
my
now
heart.
all lies. All of it.
I was looking for some cans. Brought the cans here.
Not now! Not now! Crumble and fade and regret. Recriminations. If I had done this, it wouldn't have come to that. And blood-stained pillow slips. Her linen needs changing. Yes, I know, Mother. But couldn't another girl do it? No, of course not. I would sit right here. And she would sit there.
And death was as close as you are. But we didn't dare admit we'd ever heard of it. The opposite is desire. So do you wonder? How could you possibly wonder? Not far from Belle Reve, before we lost Belle Reve, there was a camp that trained young soldiers. On Saturday nights, they would go into town and get drunk, and afterwards they would stumble up onto my lawn and yell, "Blanche! Blanche!" The deaf old lady remaining suspected nothing. So sometimes I would slip outside and answer their calls. And in the morning, the paddy wagon would gather them up like daisies for their long ride. What are you doing, Mitch?
Been missing all summer.
Then marry me.
I don't think I'm gonna marry you anymore.
What?
You ain't clean enough to bring in the house with my mother.
Then you get out of here! Get out of here before I start screaming fire! Fire! How about a moonlit swim out at the old rock quarry? That is, if anybody is sober enough to drive a car. But you've got to be careful to dive where the deep pool is. If you hit a rock, you won't be coming up until the morning. How's my sister?
She's doing okay.
The baby?
Well, the baby's not gonna come till morning, so they told me to come home and get some shut-eye.
Does that mean that you and I are to be alone here together?
Yeah. Just me and you. Unless you got someone hid under the bed. What you got them fine feathers on for, Blanche?
Oh, that's right. You weren't here when my message came.
Oh, you got a message?
Yes.
Really? Anything good?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah?
An invitation.
Yeah? What to? A fireman's ball?
A cruise of the Caribbean on a yacht.
Wow. Ain't that something?
Yes, it came like a bolt out of the blue. I have never been so surprised in all of my life.
I guess not, Blanche.
Well, the problem was clothes. I got the invitation from an admirer of mine. Well, Shep Huntley.
Shep Huntley.
Yes. I went out with him for a while in college, and then I hadn't seen him again until last Christmas time on Biscayne Boulevard in Miami. Well, I tore into my trunk to see what I have that's suitable for the tropics.
Yeah, and you came up with that gorgeous diamond tiara?
This old relic, it's only rhinestones.
Gosh, I thought it was Tiffany's diamonds.
Well, at least I shall be entertained in style.
Now, it just goes to show you, Blanche, you never know what's coming, huh?
Just when I thought that my luck had begun to fail me.
Into the picture pops this Miami millionaire.
Oh, no, he's not from Miami.
Oh, no?
He's from Dallas.
This man's from Dallas.
Yes, Dallas, where gold spouts out of the ground.
Yeah.
Into his pockets.
At least he's from somewhere.
Close the curtains before you undress any further.
This is all I'm going to undress right now. Say, Blanche, have you seen a bottle opener? You know, it reminds me. I used to have this cousin. He could open a beer bottle with his teeth. It was his only accomplishment. All he could do. He was just a human bottle opener. And then one time at a wedding, he broke off his front teeth. He was so ashamed of himself that he'd sneak out of the house when company came. Whoa! Rain from the heavens! What do you say we bury the hatchet and have a loving cup, huh?
No, thank you.
Well, it is a red letter night for both of us. You're having a oil millionaire and I'm having a baby. You know, Blanche, I only break this out on special occasions. It's my red silk pajamas from my wedding night. When that phone rings and they tell me I have a son, I'm going to tear this off and wave it like a flag.
When I think about how divine it is going to be to have such a thing as privacy once again, I can weep with joy.
And this oil millionaire, he's not going to interfere with your privacy any, Blanche?
It won't be the kind of thing that you have in mind. This man is a gentleman. He respects me, and what he wants is my companionship. Often when a man is extremely wealthy, he is lonely, and a woman of education and breeding, a cultivated woman, can enrich a man's life immeasurably, and I have all those things now. Physical beauty is passing. It's a transitory possession. But richness of the mind and tenderness of the heart and beauty of the spirit is not taken away but grows with time. It increases with the years. How strange that I should be considered a destitute woman when I have all these treasures inside my heart. I consider myself a very, very rich woman. But I've been casting my pearls before swine. Yes.
Swine.
Yes, swine.
Mm.
And I'm not speaking only of you, but also your friend, Mr. Mitchell, huh? Came to see me tonight. He dared to come here in his work clothes and repeat slanders to me, vicious stories that he had gotten from you. I gave him his walking papers.
Oh, you did you, Blanche?
Yes, I did. But then he returned with a box of roses to implore my forgiveness. Oh, he begged my forgiveness. Some things are not forgivable, huh? Deliberate cruelty is not forgivable. And it is the one thing that I have never ever been guilty of. So I told him, I said, thank you. But I have been foolish to think that we can ever adapt ourselves to each other. Our upbringings and our backgrounds are simply too different. We are two completely different types of people, and it would never work out. We have got to be realistic about these things.
So farewell, my friend, and let there be no hard feelings.
Was this before or after you got that message from the Texas oil millionaire?
What message?
What message?
Oh, it was before.
Before, was it?
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, Blanche, there was no message. There is no millionaire. Mitch didn't come up here with no roses because I know where he is. There ain't a goddamn thing except for imagination and lies and conceit and tricks. And just take a look at yourself. Look at yourself, Blanche, in that worn out Mardi Gras outfit that you rented for 50 cents from some rag picker. And with the crazy crown on? Just what kind of queen you think you are, huh? I've been on to you from the start. You haven't pulled the wool over this boy's eyes. You come in here, you spray the place down with perfume, sprinkle it with powder, cover the light bulb with an umbrella, and lo and behold, the place has turned into Egypt, and you're queen of the Nile, sitting in your throne, swilling on my liquor. Well, I say, ha! You hear me? Well, what you doing, huh? Huh?
Shep Huntley.
Shep Huntley. Yeah. Shep Huntley.
Shep
Say
Huntley.
hello for me. No answer? Hmm?
Let me get by you.
Get by me. Sure. You can go right ahead.
You stand back there.
Over here. Well, there's plenty of room to get by me now.
Not with you there.
No? Why, you think I'd interfere with you? Come
No,
think of it.
don't come any closer.
You wouldn't be bad to interfere with.
You stay away from me.
Or what?
Something bad will happen.
What would you do? Huh? Oh, shit. Really? Really? What you plan on doing with that?
I will stick it in your face, I
I
will!
bet you like that. Do you want to play rough with me, Blanche? Do you want to play rough with me? No? Well, give me the knife. Let it go. Let it go. Play rough with me? Blanche, we've had this date with each other from the beginning. You get back here. You get back. You come here. Be quiet. Be quiet. No one can hear you. Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm good, but it's sweaty as a Turkish armpit here.
Mitch, how are you?
About the same.
Yeah? I'll have a seat.
You got our decks?
Yeah, I do. Mitch, have a seat.
Yeah.
Booze is on me tonight.
Ooh, thanks.
Mighty generous.
We're a mess, huh?
Nothing's changed.
It's the foster residence.
So you ready to get your ass handed to you?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Maldita si tu suelto.
In English, greaseball.
I am cursing your rotten luck.
Steve, do you know what luck is? No. Luck is believing you're lucky. Take it a rack. I figured 4 to 5 weren't coming home, but I would. And I did. And I put that down as a rule. Stay ahead in this rat race, you gotta believe you're lucky. Oh, what's the matter with him, huh?
I don't know.
Where's Eunice tonight?
She'll come by sometime today.
Oh, sweet devil.
Yeah, she does.
I always did say men are callous things with no feelings. This does beat anything. And you pigs yourselves.
What's the matter with her? Hey, baby.
How's my baby? Sick like an angel. Have some grapes. Blanche wouldn't eat anything, but she asked for a drink. Which Stella? I told her we found her a place in the country to rest. She's got a mix up in her mind about Shep Huntley.
Stella, honey.
Yeah?
If anyone calls while I'm bathing, just take a number and I'll call right back.
All right.
Oh, honey,
Yeah?
you know that little blue jacket that I wore when I came here? Could you put that aside for me, please? I'll wear that.
Yep, I got it. I just, you know, Eunice, you know, you never know if you do the right thing. You did the right thing, honey. It's the only thing you could do. I just, couldn't believe her story and go on living with Stanley. Don't ever believe it. Life's gotta go on. No matter what, you gotta keep on going.
Stella!
Yeah.
Oh,
Tell her she's looking lovely, alright?
I'm out.
Yeah, look.
look, I've just dried my hair. I don't know if I got all the water.
Oh, such fine hair.
Did I get a call? What's up? Shep Huntley?
No, not yet.
Oh, how strange. I was
Hey,
thinking
Mitch,
of-
come too, will you?
What is going on in here?
Alright.
No, what is going on in here? I want an explanation of what is going on in here.
It's alright. It's alright.
What are you looking at? Is there something wrong with me?
You look lovely. You look lovely. She looks so lovely.
I'm going on a trip. I'm going on a trip. Oh, you're going on a trip?
I'm green with envy.
Vacation.
Help me get dressed.
Oh, this is the one you wanted.
Yes. It'll do.
It's kind of a lilac color.
Wait to get out of here. This place is a trap.
Such a pretty blue jacket. Yeah.
It's Dellarobia blue. The blue of the Madonna's robe in the paintings. All right. I'm ready to go.
We'll get here.
Yeah, come on. Just one moment here. Just sit with me.
Have those grapes been washed?
Just from the French market.
Oh, that does not mean they're washed.
Sit with me.
Honey, I can smell the sea air. The rest of my time, I am going to spend on the sea. And when I die, I'm going to die on the sea with my hand in the hand of a nice-looking ship's doctor. A very young one with a blonde mustache and a big silver watch. And when I die, I will die of eating an unwashed grape. Somewhere out on the ocean. And I will be buried at sea, sewn up in a clean white sack.
dropped overboard into an ocean as blue as my first lover's eyes.
Oh, that must be them. See, you're lost. He's out the door. Someone's calling for Blanche.
It is for me then? Is it the gentleman I was expecting from Dallas?
I think it is Blanche.
I'm not quite ready.
Just let them stay outside. I'll tell them. You have everything packed?
Oh, my silver toilet articles. Still.
They're waiting outside.
They?
There's a lady with him.
I can't imagine who this lady could be. How's she dressed?
Just sort of plain tailored outfit.
Maybe she's...
We should go. Let's go. Right? I'll go with you.
How do I look?
Lovely. You look lovely, Blanche. You look lovely.
Come on. Let's go.
Mitch, just stay where you are. Just stay where you are.
Hey, you.
You're not the gentleman I was expecting from Dallas. That man is not...
Blanche, did you forget something?
Yes, I forgot something. I think.
Doctor, you better come in.
No, sir. Bring her out.
Hello, Blanche.
Yeah, she says that she forgot something.
That's all right.
Now, what'd you forget,
It
Blanche?
doesn't matter. She can grab it later. You can grab it later.
Yeah, sure, we can send it along with the trunk.
I don't know you. I don't know you. Please, I just want to be left alone. Please,
Now,
please.
Blanche.
Blanche!
Please, I just
Hold
want
on.
to be left alone.
You left nothing here except for spilled talcum and empty perfume bottles. Unless what? The umbrella? You want to take the umbrella with you, Blanche? Here, take it.
No!
No, 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 no.
Let me help her! Let me help her!
What have I done to my sister?
The fingers need to be trimmed. Jack it, doctor.
None of this necessary. Mr. Watt. Mr. Watt. It won't be necessary.
Please ask her to let me go.
Let her go.
Whoever you are, I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Blanche. 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 Blanche.
Hey, Stella.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. 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 Can you fuck? Yeah, wait!
Stella, listen, hold on. It's okay. Come here. Hello? Calm down. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
Thank you all for coming, folks. Especially the stander-uppers that are still here.
You want to